What is up, everybody? We are here.
Hey, fella.
Phew. Phew. What a Monday.
We're live, though.
We are
Monday.
live. Yeah,
We
yesterday.
don't go live on Mondays.
We're going to start at Monday and then work our way into today.
It's been a Monday.
It has Monday left. Is Monday over, guys?
No, Monday is still alive and well.
Monday never quit.
No, man.
So what you got going on, Andrew? I know you're a busy man. As always.
I am over here chugging away on some website work. And then I've done a lot of stuff for planning moving into kind of the future, right? So we've got this coming 9th, I'll be at the CCA Star event in Crystal River. And I'll be checking all that out, mingling, talking with some people, figuring some stuff out, trying to figure out some steps for NextFish, and ultimately just trying to enjoy the night, because it's supposed to be a pretty awesome event. I've never been to a CCA event. So
me neither, but they look
Dave tried to talk me through it and let me know what was going to go on and go down, but I zone out when he talks. And then the following weekend, we've got a very special day on the 16th.
Very special.
Tell them about it, Joe.
We are going to Osceola Outback with the winner of our giveaway. Thank you, everybody who participated in the giveaway. We had a ton of participation, so thanks for doing that. We're also going to have some more giveaways coming up here soon. We have a nighttime crappie trip we need to get figured out, and we'll probably do that here soon. And I'm just excited to go here. It's been a place on my bucket list in the state of Florida for a very long time. I've had some opportunities to go, just couldn't coordinate schedules and things like that. But we're going, and we're doing big things. JB, owner of Vector Hooks, might show up, and it should be a good time. Should be a good time. Andrew, this is like your redemption trip. Like, this is your
redemption trip. I mean, I guess it is a redemption trip. I just want one. I'm not going to be greedy. But if I can get 50, I won't cry.
Yeah, I kind of just want one myself. Like, now I'm so worried I'm not going to catch one, and everybody else like, oh, you're going to catch a bunch. But I'll go there and not catch a thing. No, I want the Osceola Slam, bro. I want the Osceola Slam.
Peacock bass and largemouth bass and a barramundi?
All three.
No, that'll be pretty sweet.
I will get a picture with all three. That's my goal. That's my goal. Yeah.
You get a selfie?
Selfie. No, I'll have you there. Tyler will be running around. God knows what he'll be snapping. We'll have a lot of cameras are going to be out, guys.
Cameras will be out.
A lot of footage.
Don will be hopefully hooking up. I know he's bringing a buddy or two. I don't know exactly who, but we'll have a little good audience there, and hopefully get some cool things. Kind of talking about redemption and moving into the idea of trying what I did last time. Let's cut to a break real quick, Powell. And when we come back, I want to talk about kind of fishing your history versus fishing your conditions.
Sounds good.
Things you let me see.
Okay. So this gentleman here brought some really good insight to my mind. And, let's take a minute, listen to what he's got to say. And then I want to hear your thoughts, Joe, because I've got some thoughts to elaborate on. And it's very particular, especially going back to Osceola and even some other areas that I've been to.
What's up, guys? This is a daily reminder. If you are out fishing right now, stop fishing your history. Okay, your history will get you burned time and time again. History will be okay if it's in the same season. Like, say you went out last weekend, early in the spring, and caught them on a certain spot. It's a great place to go back and check. But don't continue to do that. Okay, fish the conditions. Today we got overcast conditions. scrap everything else. If last time you fished it was sunny out, just keep that in the back of your mind. What you do is you use your history as a tool to learn from. It's just a map giving you an idea. What I like to do is in the springtime, wherever I catch them, that's how I know those fish are in that area. And every time I go out after that, you have to think about where those fish are going to go. Say, okay, they were here, weather's doing this, gotta try this. And that's how you become a better angler. And that's how you become more efficient catching fish. So keep that on your back of your mind next time you're out there on the water.
So what are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about what he said in terms of, don't forget what's worked, but use it as like your first checkpoint. Honestly, don't be afraid to switch it up is what he's really saying.
Yeah. And I think what he says is pretty much right on. But I also think that like your history, it can help, like you said, it could help you or it could burn you.
Right.
It can go either way. I use my history as a starting point, not necessarily. I don't put all my eggs in one basket with what I know, I guess you could say, because you do got to make those adjustments depending on the time of the year, those weather conditions. Has this lake been pressured recently? Tons of factors and variables go into fishing. That's what makes it fishing. But like you said, don't forget your history, right? Because you learn some things from that. But also don't rely on it, I guess is where I'm coming from it.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I've got it burnt in my mind what I did last time at Osceola and what I know worked last time at Osceola, not for me so much, but for Dave, Tyler, and everybody else. I'm like, I'm going to go there. I even have the lure thought out in my mind. I'm going to come rigged with it ready, jump out of the vehicle, go make my first couple casts. And if I don't catch one, I would immediately be in like just a negative mindset, right? I'm like, it didn't work. So like, with that being said, like knowing what works, knowing what everything's going to be like, I don't know if it'll be overcast. If it's overcast, I'd probably want to throw a topwater. Yeah. If it's going to be bright and sunny, I'm going to want to get down with some form of paddle tail or jerk bait underneath. I feel like even when I fish saltwater heavily, and we would go out and fish these flats in Matanzas Inlet area and things like that over by Bing's Landing, I feel like we got so used to fishing a certain way because it worked consistently. And this was like consistent like 2-3 years in a row, right? Mm-hmm. And then I took a break from it. And then I said, you know what? I've got it figured out. I've got it dialed in. I know where they're going to be at. I know what to look for. I went back, 2 years later, took a whole year off in between, went back 2 years later. Everything in my mind was the same except for the weather. We were used to going out there and when it was cold and windy and brutal and,
nasty,
ultimately pretty nasty weather. I mean, it rained numerous times on us, but we were always catching redfish, always catching flounder, the whole nine in this cut. And it was sunny as all get out that day. No wind, no drop of water falling from the sky, nothing. And I thought to myself, you know what? It's a shoe, and we fished there so many times. There's always fish there. Not a single soul. Done, gone. Not even a bite.
Damn.
Not even a pinfish to take a shrimp. So it's
not
like
even a pinfish.
Yeah. So I mean, I should have taken what I should have done is I should have taken that as an opportunity with as much sunlight and the water level and everything like that. I should have taken that as an opportunity to go explore something new. Keep myself in that run, but go further, go left when I went right. You know what I mean? Figure something else out. I feel like we leave a lot of stones unturned because we're so comfortable within a situation. We have confidence in a situation, but of course you're going to have confidence in what worked.
Right. But like you said, in your case, the weather changed, right? And that's all it takes with fishing. Yep. One little variable. It might be even a variable that you're not even aware happens, right? Like you could have went out there in the same exact conditions, but maybe the water level is a little bit off, or it's a little bit more stained, or it's a little bit more clear, and it changes the whole freaking game. But it like you said, it's hard to not throw what's always caught for you.
Yeah,
we
went out to fish the tides, right? Mm-hmm. We would always go for and a low tide on the incoming. That's what we wanted, and it seemed to work every time. And this one particular time, it just didn't. And I'm not gonna lie. The bitterness in me hasn't been back since. Now, granted, I haven't had the right ability to get out there, and a lot of things have changed with where I live and all this other stuff. But it's like, you think about it, it's like that's a great opportunity to go test what I've learned in the last 8-9 years. You know what I mean? To think I think it's been almost 8 years. It's been over 8 years. Wow.
Dang, dude. You should definitely go back. It's getting cold. I mean, cold's
well, and like I wonder if it's even the same. You know, like I'm sure the main run is where the water runs and everything like that. But so this is out near just north of Palm Coast, south due west of Marineland, just south of Matanzas Inlet, right? Mm-hmm. And there was a hurricane that came through a little while back and just destroyed that whole inlet. Opened up a brand new inlet. Oh wow. So like a lot of things have changed there. Now I did go back after that change happened, and that's why maybe the fish found a different route, or maybe they were forced to go a different way. You know, that's things I didn't even think about till now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's nature's pretty cool, man.
Nature is what it is, man.
I don't mind being humbled if it's at my own. If it like, you know, I like going and learning, and I almost like going and learning more than I like fishing sometimes, or catching, I should say.
Yeah,
it's cool to just explore.
Yeah, and it's also cool. And for me, it's I don't know. It's a little bit more fulfilling when you're doing something out of your box, you know.
Yeah.
And it's successful. You know, like this year, I picked up a lot more finesse tactics than I'm used to throwing. I want to flip. I want to throw giant worms, giant crankbaits, and and swim baits over the tops of grass and pads through pads. But this year, dude, I got into the wacky rig. You sparked my interest in the drop shot, and you, along with other anglers who are catching giants on it. Shaky heads, dude. I'm starting to do a little bit more finesse things, you know, and it's super fulfilling catching them on that. And I kind of purposely stuck myself in that little box this year, and I feel like I know what to do with this other stuff and when to do it and how to do it. What about the times when I'm skunked, when I'm getting skunked, right? So let me broaden my bag of tricks up and try some other things.
I think about that, and I go with the same kind of scenario. You want to really expand what you've got in your tackle box and open up the possibilities as you go. True. Kind of leads me to this.
What do we got here? What do we got?
These are redfish, and yes, you're reading it right. On frickin' ice cubes.
What?
No, an ice cube on.
What the hell?
That's an ice cube.
Right. What?
Right in there.
What?
He's throwing an ice cube in there.
All right.
In it.
There he is.
Boom.
Got him.
Now these redfish are thick. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it kind of takes me to this place, dude. This is like a haven, a heavenly area. And we used to run out of bait, and we had bags like freaking potato chip bags or something that the kids would have, and we would cut strips of the bag and catch them on the strips of the bag, like just the flash from the inside of the bag. Yeah, man.
What?
Like anything works in the right conditions. Isn't that messed up?
And so then you went back there a couple of years later and got skunked.
Mm-hmm.
What? I never thought to use an ice cube. I have hooked fish on just a hook. Peacock bass will do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's other fish out there that are aggressive. I know if your hook's shiny enough, I've seen snook swipe at hooks. Like if it was like an incoming tide on like a jetty or something, and like that water's moving good.
What about fish that literally don't get a chance to even see what it is? They just know something's there.
And they just attack.
They literally just attack.
That's what they do.
I'm assuming this is like a snakehead, right? But like, look at the conditions here. Like this is like very shallow. It almost looks like sand. I mean, he's standing right here. So I can't imagine this being more than like 6 to 8 inches deep right here. Maybe even like 3 to 4 inches deep.
Yeah, that's inches deep.
You know what I mean?
What the heck?
Watch this.
Oh,
Right? It's a snakehead.
that is a snakehead. Yeah.
But it's like,
What? Did he see him? There must have been like some pre-siege. There has to have been some pre-siege. Like he must have saw something, or is
he
that like
had
it's
to know it was there. But like the fish doesn't even really know what it is. There's no
It's
way
just-
that fish, especially with an artificial lure, there's no way that fish can smell what it is, know what it is. I mean, unless you're using, like Bang
Yeah,
fishing
yeah.
trap or something like that.
Then I think
There's
it's a
no way
garlic
that
too.
fish knows what that is. It's just angry. It is angry at that time, and it says, "I'm gonna hit it."
What if it's like what? How big was that place? Like, was that just like a little
I don't know.
puddle?
They didn't. I mean, I didn't get a grand tour, man.
Dude, we got to get I got to need the questions answered. I get so curious with these things. Like, no, you're right, though, and I've found that with like, depending on how aggressive the fish is, whether it's a peacock bass, a snakehead,
Yeah.
or largemouth, you can almost throw anything. I've had it where color doesn't matter, and then I've had the opposite. When color and everything is so crucial. I think you get a fish fired up enough, though, it's going to attack. Oh, what do we here?
Right.
What do we got here? Some information right here from Nick. What's up, Nick? Snake have and many fish have sensory glands. That's right. That is right.
The first reaction is to snap. So like they're just angry naturally.
Yeah, yeah. And God forbid if a snakehead's protecting fry, dude, it's on. It is on.
JB, you ain't missed it yet. It's still a
No.
work in progress. Trying to schedule everything.
There's a lot. Yeah, a lot
We will get it. We'll have a 60-minute style episode. Dark room, just one lamp. It'll be good.
stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the whole 9. Yeah, there it is. Not necessarily anger. It's just kind of what they do.
Listen, Nick, we're gonna go with anger. Okay.
Yeah, anger it is.
We're-
Aggression it is.
No, you are right though. I understand what you're saying. I feel like it's so crazy to think like, mullet. Well, mullet, their first instinct is to jump. It's
Just
like,
sky high. Yeah.
and like when I used to live on the canals over here in the St. John's, mullet were all over the place, and one mullet would jump, and then it would hit the water, and then like 6 mullet would jump, and then they would hit the water, and like 12 mullet would jump. It was just nuts. Like they're so skittish.
What do they
It would-
think?
it
Are
would
they always
really
just like, oh
suck to
god,
be a
oh
big
god, like
fish.
the whole, like, could you imagine being a mullet?
Dude, I couldn't imagine being a mullet, Manhattan. I couldn't imagine being
a croaker.
a croaker, a sailor's
Dude.
choice, any of that. And this is why
Yeah.
people are cruel. Okay, look how quick this gets annihilated.
I'm gonna rig this guy through the head, just like that.
Oh, that's
That's-
some money. That's money, bait.
How many people you know with a forehead like that? That's a whole forehead. I mean, that's a 5, 6, 7 head.
That's a 7 hit.
That's
Oh
up
my
there.
gosh.
Go into a big snook or a slot snook.
Look at the toss. Toss is pretty much perfect. Right under the dock. Boom. On already.
Oh,
And it's a good one.
this Justin. Yeah, dude. Justin's stays on him, dude.
Dude,
That's my giant.
Oh man.
That's a giant.
these are the fish that make you know that you need more than a 1,000 size reel.
Yeah. Yeah, these are not ones to be played with, especially doing what Justin does. He flips these docks, and you
Oh,
got to
dude.
get them out of there. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
got to have something with some drag and
Look at that
force.
mouth, dude.
Oh my goodness, that is a good snook. Look at the shoulders on that thing,
That's
dude.
a baby.
Biggest fish I've caught in a while.
That's a monster, dude. Good grief. But like, being a bait fish has to be the worst life of
Do
all
they even know
lives.
they're bait fish? Do they get born and like immediately they're like, psh, psh, listen, you're gonna die really quick if you don't tighten up. Like,
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 You
what
need to
happened?
swim. You need to zigzag. You need to do backflips. You need to do everything you can
You think you
because
can blend
something
in?
bigger going to get you. And,
Dude.
and here's the worst part. You not only have to worry about things that swim, you got to worry about things that fly, dude. Birds freaking
And fishing, you got to worry about
Oh.
us. Like we're constantly catching you guys, throwing nets on them.
Cast
Like,
nets. Yeah, dude.
dude, bait fish matter too.
Apparently not that much.
I guess not. No, they're cool.
But
We
like,
need them.
well, like, God, man.
But then the numbers of these things, right? Like the mullet run right now. Could you imagine? We got to get some drone footage of it. Apparently, it's like insane.
It's nuts. And
It's
like
insane.
the crazier thing for me is like, where did all these fish go after the mullet run?
Yeah, what? It's the ocean, bro. It's so giant. Like, who knows? Has anybody tagged mullet? Has any place tagged mullet?
Dude, that'd be the biggest liability ever. When is that fish going to get eaten?
Oh gosh, yeah, you're right, dude. You'd have to tag.
You'd have to tag like a pod.
Yeah, like millions, right?
Oh man. Yeah, no, the birds are the best fishermen. They say you find the birds, you find the bait, and that's generally where you find the fish.
That's quite true. I've never went to birds and been like, hey, there's no fish here. Like, there's at least bait, right? There's at least bait. No, but shout out to Justin, man. We got it. I'm working on it. I want to get him on the podcast. I think I've been following Justin for a very long time. He's just a super busy guy, and
Nice.
he has a lot of knowledge about snook and things like that.
Nice.
He took my buddy Mac Hoover did a film for him, and he down this creek. I think he had a Genu, and there was like, I said a Genu. Is it a Genu?
It's a Genu.
Not a Genu.
It's not a Genu.
I'm going Genu.
It's not Genu.
You're going anger. I'm going Genu.
Because like, see, the thing is, like, even if it was Genu, like, what? That's a GH. That'd be like a Funu.
A Funu.
But it's definitely a Genu.
A Genu.
Like a Gnu.
A Gnu.
Yeah.
A Gnu. A Gnu.
A Gnu.
Oh, he took the Gnu out there, and there was like, it wasn't a big. I can't even express the size of this creek. It was very narrow, and dude, there was like 50-inch, 52-inch snook just all posted down this one little creek thing, and he was just bookagoosh every time.
Every one of them.
Yep, every single one. Whatever one you wanted. They weren't spooky or
We
nothing.
call that head hunting.
That's head hunting. But shout out to Justin, dude. You do big things, bud. We'll try to get you on here and work something out.
Yeah, man.
But didn't you say you had a 6 sailfish eat?
Me?
Yeah. Was that the?
When did I ever say I had a
I
sailfish?
thought you had the 6 sailfish eat. No, I'm sad.
No, I said I had a 6 snook eat.
Maybe
That was it, though.
maybe I heard sailfish.
I think we were talking about sailfish the other day.
We were talking about sailfish in the kayak, right? With like
Yeah.
with the rooster fish and everything.
Yeah.
And that weird what was that red, white, and black fish?
Oh, that's a freaking West Coast California freaking sheep's head.
Yeah, California sheephead.
Oh, dude, those things are gnarly looking.
Dude, oh man, you want to talk about gnarly? The little thing you showed me earlier, things plural.
Oh, we'll get there, but
pretty freaking gnarly. But check this fish out. I don't know, man. This thing is pretty freaking cool.
Well,
I
I
want one of these.
speaking of my buddy, I was just texting him yesterday, and he's already on his way to Panama right now.
No way.
Yeah. So like this is
Look at this.
Oh, this is the sheep's head of all sheep's heads. Look at that thing.
Dude, is that a hook coming out of its mouth?
Is it?
Or is that like a bungee cord for his pole?
I think no. So they're keeping him is what it is. That's like a big.
Like a keeper. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is huge. Is it the angle that makes it as huge, or it is that big? Like it's pretty freaking big.
He's holding it out pretty far. I mean, you could tell by his finger right here.
Yeah. But the head.
And,
like,
but I mean, it's a decent fish, dude.
It's like this big, right? Like at
Yeah,
least
I mean, it's no like monster Goliath, but yeah, it's definitely like a foot tall,
What do you think it weighs? About like 10 pounds?
something like that, 10, 15, somewhere in there. Probably not
What do
even 15.
What do you even know about these? Can we just go out there and just wreck them? Like, is there a bunch of them, or?
Dude, I got nothing.
I got nothing on these either. If you guys know anything about this
I will
species,
say that okay,
please
this picture is terrifying. Hold on a second.
I want one. That is a pretty looking fish. And
This
to be
for
caught in the
sure.
States, sign me up.
California, yeah. Let me
Look at those
zoom
rock
this in.
bass and stuff too. What?
Look at those teeth.
What?
That thing is terrifying.
It's like a red snapper.
Mixed with it's like a broomtail grouper mixed with a red snapper,
like a peacock bowl,
and a Cuberis snapper all like tied into one.
and like a little peak. I feel like there's a little peacock action going in on the top of the head.
I think a lot more fish do that than we're known. Peacocks are just so prominent.
Right. I think you think like the swelling of the head is a thing, and we just don't really.
I think the swelling of the head or like rashing of the head. Like I know bluegill do it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
they'll change color.
It's like a I don't know what you want to call it.
Probably like a natural another natural thing about fish.
With that being said, you had mentioned like some creepy things, and like this thing is creepy.
Happy freaking Halloween, because this is creep status 7.
What even is it?
Strong 7.
Because you mentioned that you don't think it's. I think it's a lamprey, but you don't think it's a lamprey.
I don't know what those are. Look at them.
What is that? Was
Dude,
it eels? Was it?
And that's it. That's all you get. Look at the
and
teeth,
I can't find anything else on it. It's definitely not a lamprey the more I look at it. But like what's weird is its mouth is so round, it could be. Maybe they're juvenile.
I don't know.
I like how they're using a crab claw to instigate.
Yeah. But I feel like they're just, no matter what, like anything that touches it, it's going down, right?
Yeah. Do they even have eyes? Do you see eyes anywhere? Like, is this just like?
No. I don't.
Like, is I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's one of those. Oh God, there's so many different weird amphibians like that, right? Like the axolotls and stuff are not creepy, but they're weird little like water lizards. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, yeah.
And there's like all kind of like, dude, there's like blind snakes. Have you ever seen one of them?
Blind snakes.
A blind snake? Yeah, they got them. We got them here.
It's yeah. So it looks like a snake, but it almost looks like an earthworm, but mixed like more like a snake.
Yeah, and then like when you touch it, it's really like pokey. Like it's always trying to dig. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. There's those, and then have you seen the snake lizard?
Like the glass lizards?
Kinda. They're almost like skinks, but their feet are like that big.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things are freaking weird too.
Dude, like imagine
that.
If you will, like this just attaching itself to you.
No way, dude. No way. You know they attack people?
Yeah, man. Look at
like all
if you look closely, there's like all these little like talons.
And they just latch, bro. And then the beak comes out and just eats you, right?
Ugh.
I don't know. I'm just explaining it how I think it's gonna go down if it latches onto me.
I can imagine that's pretty accurate.
Imagine just like being a little kid, just swimming, chilling, and all of a sudden, and apparently there's more than one. Like there's not just one always by itself. There's like hundreds, right?
Oh my God, this is we're talking about the freaking sheep's head, but this right here makes me not want to go for that sheep's head.
Okay, what you got?
This is a Pacific lamprey.
Oh shoot, no!
Look at those.
Oh God, no!
What is that? Like, why do they got fangs?
Because they got fangs and then they got slicers inside.
Dude,
goodness.
Well, I guess, man. Imagine not having arms or legs.
You gotta have a mouth, right?
You gotta have something.
Have something.
I'm not trying to mess with that. I don't mess with too many snakes either. Like I'll mess with a snake and I'll be able to like catch it and hold it and everything. But I respect that snake.
I don't.
You know,
I don't really mess with nothing in nature, man. I've been shocked many a times. Have you ever been bitten? Do you know what a Cuban anole is?
Like the brown anoles?
Yeah, but they're
like
Cuban.
The bigger one.
Yeah, the green ones with like the blacks around their eyes.
I've never been bit by one, but I saw a video the other day of someone getting bit by one. It was pretty painful. It looked like.
Bro, they will slice you down. I did not know about that the first time I picked one up. They are freaking. It sliced me, bro. It bit through my dad's baseball glove. That's how we found out how like aggressive and mean things were. We were playing catch and he saw one and we're like, oh, so we go over there. And, I didn't think much of it. I was catching snakes and lizards all when I was younger. And I grabbed that thing, dude. It didn't run. It just turned around and attacked. You know, hits and everything.
It's like,
and then just latched, dude.
like,
I still have a scar.
I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
You probably can't see it here, but I'll show you at Osceola. There's a scar on my knuckle from them things, dude.
Oh, ain't that sweet?
Yeah, a memory of the Cuban and Null. Don't pick up Cuban and Nulls, kids. They'll bite the crap out of you.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
No, so we got to get rolling. But before we get going, I've got a video, and I'm going to bring it up, but I don't want to bring it up just yet because you're going to know immediately what it is. So this is, would you consider this is like the opposite spectrum of a Mariner Karen. This is like an idiot that just has no idea what's going on with their lives. Maybe the anglers are fishing in the wrong spot. I don't know, but I would always assume that you're pretty much just a jerk if you're flying through a channel and there's people on the bank fishing.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't do this.
Oh,
don't be
God.
this guy.
Look at all the other freaking lake he has.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's got plenty of space. All that space over there. This guy's like, oh my God.
Oh, I mean, yeah, dude, what the hell? That was totally uncalled for. Look at all that room he's got back there. And he ain't even looking, bro. He is just a trucking. Look at him.
Going. No, but here's the other side of the coin. Like now, clearly, they've got
like
4
6
lines
Yeah.
across the boat. If they've got 4 lines across the boat, one of them has, statistically speaking, they've got a 1 out of 2 chance of getting hooked.
Yeah.
Because I see at least 2 people.
What are they all like? How does it
Imagine getting hooked going that fast with something that's stationary like this, and then you've got a guy holding on to the rods,
trying to get his stuff, dude? And it looks like I would assume he's catfishing. So I would also assume
or something.
I would also assume he has like a heavy weight on the end of all these. So not only will you get hooked, you're going to get like pegged at whatever speed.
Yeah, those aren't very sturdy. Those aren't very sturdy freaking rod holders either.
No, maybe he's
I see a lot of carp anglers use those as well.
Yeah, and like alert them, right? Now, dude, yeah, I think that's uncalled for. I mean, A, you're probably going to hook yourself. B, you just ruin these people's deal. And it looks like they were
really he's having like a great time right here, like right in this general region. That's like cool, but then you reverse it. Boom. I don't know.
Uncalled
Guys,
for.
Don't be that guy. Don't get bit by a lamprey. It's probably not fun.
No. And and watch Cuban and Nulls. Don't pick them up. They'll bite you.
Yeah, and make sure that you don't stick to your history.
Explore.
I like it.
Some of the baits that have been in your tackle box, tie them on. Give them a shot. You brought them for a reason.
I got a ton of baits that I bring with me, and I know damn well I ain't never gonna.
Such a hypocrite. Yeah, don't be like me and Andrew either, because we clearly were preaching to the choir here. No, but
I've specifically got one box that I keep in there to make everybody look like I know what I'm doing, but I'm like, nah.
I have the cool box too. It's one box that I don't put in my bag, and I pull up, and they're like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Here, and it's like a bunch of random stuff. But guys, until Thursday 8:30, tune in. Who do we got this Thursday? Do we have anybody?
I think Dave's coming in.
We got Big Dave.
I think it's gonna be Dave.
We got Big Dave.
Who knows? We're back today.
Who knows whom we might have, guys? You never know with NextFish. We're always moving, working deals, and shaking hands and kissing babies and catching Cuban and Nulls. But until Thursday 8:30, tune in, guys. It'll be a good show as always. We'll bring you some knowledge, some info, and possibly make fun of Andrew, myself, and Dave. So until then,
absolutely,
guys.